Not long ago, I was preparing to go on a business trip, and I had the suitcases out, and my 4-year-old Belle came into the room, saw the suitcases, and she knew immediately that was not a good sign. It meant Daddy was going away again, and she threw herself at me and in crying fits sobbed, "Daddy, stay! Daddy, stay!" And I tried my best to console her, but I looked at her and I said, "Honey, just remember, Daddy always comes back home." It reminded me recently of meeting a woman who's now become a friend of mine and Rachel's. And she related the story of how she and her husband, a number of years ago, were in church on a Sunday morning, the Sunday before Good Friday. And she was a Christian, she was a follower of Christ, he was not. But after the service, when the invitation was given to those who wanted to give their lives to Christ, he jumped up and went down front and received the Lord. And 5 days later, on Good Friday, they were baptized together. And it was just 5 weeks later, he was working with a load on a trailer, and the load shifted and came down on him and crushed him to death. And if you can imagine, she had to run out and get on the tractor to pull the load off of him. But she knew when she saw him that he was gone. Her consolation was this: when she saw his body and knew that he had left this world, her consolation was that 5 weeks earlier he had met the Lord. He had been baptized with her, and she knew where he was. It did take some of the sting away. Not completely. It was tragic. I guess I want to know where you find your comfort and your solace, like this woman did when her husband passed, where hopefully my daughter will find that comfort as she gets older and can understand that even though her earthly daddy goes away, she has a heavenly Father that will never leave her or forsake her. You know, David said in Psalm 119, verse 50, "My comfort in my suffering is this: your promise preserves my life." Where do you find your comfort when things get tough? Can I suggest to you that David, having written that some 3,000 years ago, those words still hold true today to those who know the Lord and serve God, the Heavenly Father, who sees everything, he understands everything, and his Spirit is right there to help us in our time of need. Hold on to God's promise. For example, if you've lost a loved one like my friend did, in a tragic way, the promise of God is this in 1 Corinthians 15, when the perishable, in other words, these physical bodies, have been clothed with the imperishable, and the mortal with immortality, then the saying that is written will come true: death has been swallowed up in victory. Like I say to my little girl, my little girls, Daddy always comes back. You know, if the day ever comes that I don't come back, my prayer is that I will have instilled in them a knowledge of their Father in heaven, who will never leave them and will never forsake them, and whose promises today, thousands of years after they were written, are still true. Find your comfort in God's promises. God bless you. Thank you for watching Soul Steps today. We appreciate it. Please remember to visit our website at soulsteps.org. There you'll find opportunities to ask for prayer. There's a list of volunteer needs that we have so you can help us grow and develop our team and this work. And it'll show you opportunities for giving financially as you're able. We appreciate your support in every way. And remember that soul steps are important today because God cares about who you are and how you live. God bless you.